now it is a Category 1 storm, a high-end Cat 1 storm with winds at 85 miles an hour. It's moving north and it's moving at 14 miles an hour. You can see here already outer bands making its way towards western parts of the state. The good news for us is that we're not playing here as far as Miami is concerned, Broward is concerned, but you can see here much of the state of Florida under some kind of alert, weather alert on this Tuesday morning. So let's go ahead and talk about who's seeing what. The blue that you see across much of the state is a tropical storm warning, and that includes just north of the Naples area. Now let's go ahead and talk about the yellows because this extends even into South Carolina. We're talking a tropical storm watch that's in effect, and Naples also under this tropical storm watch. And of course, the red is where we currently have hurricane warnings that are in place, and that includes big cities, big metro areas like Tampa, Cedar Key, extending just outside of Tallahassee. So a good portion of the state will be dealing with these impacts as Hurricane Idalia continues to intensify as it moves north and eventually makes landfall as a strong Category 3 storm by Wednesday morning. Now, one thing we're going to be watching for is landfall here late morning with winds coming in at 125 miles an hour. And those are your sustained winds. You can see here the storm is going to quickly move out. It is moving quickly, which is good news, but it's going to hug the coast. And as it does, it will weaken and then eventually kind of move right back out towards sea. So we're going to be watching that closely. But right now, all impacts will be across the state of Florida. And then eventually those impacts will be felt as far north as North Carolina. Here's a look at rain because this is very impressive. Again, Miami, impacts for us are not going to be felt too much. We're just dealing with wind. We're dealing with rain. But you can see these brighter colors. Anytime you see the oranges and the reds, that's always an indication of heavy rain. And the good news with landfall with this is that this particular area, the Big Bend of Florida, is a marshy area. So that's where we anticipate landfall as a strong Category 3 storm. This is going to race across the state, eventually diminishing as it continues to interact with plenty of landmass. But this is going to make landfall, as we just mentioned, Wednesday morning. And we're thinking late morning is when this storm will eventually strike Florida and continue to bring huge impacts across the Sunshine State. We're also tracking the potential for storm surge. In fact, the pinks and the reds that you see behind me, this is where storm surge watches and warnings are in effect. And this is going to be the primary concern. Forget the wind, forget the rain, is the storm surge. So what is storm surge? It's basically when the winds of a hurricane shove the ocean water onto land, and these areas are absolutely vulnerable as they're low-lying, and so any of that additional water on top of rain is going to create the threat for flooding. How much storm surge are we talking? This is significant. Notice the numbers. We're talking 8 to 12 feet in some spots. So that is about a foot of rain, a foot of water on top of that rainwater in those purple locations that you see. We travel south where Tampa, you're going to see anywhere between 4 to 7 feet of storm surge. And then, of course, that number begins to come down as we get closer to South Florida as this storm, the core of it, stays well to our west. So we'll be watching that as we continue here. We're going to have another update for you at 2 o'clock. Please join us then. For now, stay up to date and stay safe out there.
Are once again on track for what's going to be an average type of day. Not a picture perfect day. The sunshine's still hiding from us, but at least we're dealing with largely dry conditions on this Wednesday. Seasonable, cloudy stretch ahead. A brief hot day again for Thursday, and then a few scattered showers to round out the week on Friday. I want to quickly peek here at visibility, and right now most of us are off to a very clear start. It's just south across Cape May County, Wildwood, Cape May itself, seeing visibility down to just 5 miles. If you're heading that way, just keep that in mind as you plan out your morning. Next 12 hours look like this: 75 at 7 a.m. under cloudy skies. We could see a few of those clouds break for sun, but it's just going to be a little slither of sunshine. At 9 a.m. Philly will be at around 77 degrees. Closer to lunchtime, not bad. Temperatures climbing to 83. And then eventually we do top out in the mid 80s later this afternoon, actually near average, which is 88 for this time of the year. Your next 24-hour show, a few passing showers south of us throughout the day. Otherwise, we'll be in and out of cloud cover. By the time Thursday rolls around, we'll watch for a few showers early, and then a better shot of rain arrives Friday with a cold front. Here's one thing we'll be watching. Thursday, heat humidity return. On Friday, still muggy, but that cold front will certainly ease the humidity throughout the weekend. A better shot of rain arrives by Monday.
Thank you, Llarisa.
Philadelphia, and I actually did bring up the drought monitor so you can see for yourself. These are typically updated every Thursday, and you can see South Jersey, northern parts of New Jersey, and even extending into Montgomery County, where we have yellow. That just pretty much means it's abnormally dry, and that is true. We haven't seen much rain. Everything we've seen has just been like little bouts of rain, and unfortunately it's not looking like a washout over the next several days, but any little bit of rain will help and bring us back to where we should be as far as the rainfall for this year. The heat advisory, it's still on, and that's going to expire later on this evening, so we will see an end to this heat wave, but it's been brutal, and today is going to be another tough one with heat index values ranging between 100 to 102 degrees. Current look out there, we are still dealing with that boundary. It brought a little bit of rain overnight across Cape May County. Right now, you're dry, but you're seeing plenty of high clouds. A few breaks in that cloud deck, but today is going to be one of those partly cloudy days. So we will see and enjoy some sunny breaks, but the truth is they'll be far and few in between. As we approach 5 o'clock, here comes the rain, a few scattered showers out there. Don't go canceling your Friday night plans. I think for the most part, we're going to be dry in some spots, but you could see the activity begin to unfold here in the afternoon into the evening. 6:30, still a couple showers out there. And I think closer to 8 o'clock is when we will have a little bit more activity over the region. So if you do have any Friday night plans, you have to watch out for rain. Some of it could be heavy. And then round 2 of showers arrives for the weekend. Quick peek at the 7-day. Saturday, Sunday, we're still dealing with the scattered showers and storms. In fact, we're keeping a chance there through Wednesday of next week.
Thank you, Llarisa.